Hello, gorgeous Scorpios. How are you guys doing? Welcome to your new moon reading. Okay, this is happening on the day that I'm posting this. So let's see how the energies are going to be influencing you moving forward and what you guys can do around this time to best use the energy of this new moon in Pisces. All right, so let's dive in. Let's get some predictions and some messages from the lovely universe. Let's see, please, Spirit, for my gorgeous Scorpios, 2 cards here. Oh, 3 of Wands. Interesting. You could be waiting for something at this moment of time, potentially like a manifestation. This is development opportunity. All right. So you could be developing on an opportunity here. Let's get another one out. All right, you got 2 here. So let's see what this says. 9 of Swords. So that could be that you're struggling a bit right now with some overthinking or some worries, some fears. This says here conflict and anguish. And the 10 of Wands says responsibilities and challenges. All right, so let me just show you these up close. You could be worrying about the work ahead. That's what I'm kind of picking up on with this kind of combination. The good news is with the 10 of Wands, it is about completing a very exhausting cycle. All right, maybe you put a lot of hard work into something, and maybe you're worried that it's not going to pay off for you, but the 9 of Swords is just a worry, right? As long as you're working on something with that 3 of Wands, an opportunity, and you're developing something, I feel like everything's going to be fine, right? So something you might struggle with is a heavy weight on your shoulders and some worries. Or maybe the heavy weight is your worries. Let's grab you some more cards because I have quite a few. So let's see how, what do your angels have to say for you around this new moon? Balance. All right, you're being called to balance things, right? Very Libran energy there. To bring something into balance is going to be important. Make sure you're working hard and playing hard. All right, Scorpios, around this time, I mean, this new moon in Pisces is really about your inner world as well. So again, make sure that we start from there. All right, but let's see. For Scorpios, I think I have this deck upside down, but that's okay. What is it saying? Oh, you have an affirmation here. So something that they're wanting you to know during this new moon, self-reflection is needed. I just said that. Personal responsibility, your world is your reflection. And it says I am, right? Which is all about affirmations here. Actually, it just reminds me of something I posted. I don't know if you saw it in my other YouTube page or on my Instagram, but it was an affirmation that I fell in love with, and I'll say it to you. It says, I am evolving beautifully, and every step I take is leading me closer to my dreams. And that might be a good affirmation to repeat at this time if you're worried about whether your hard work is going to pay off, if all this effort that you're doing in life is even going to get you anywhere. It will. All right, you just have to believe it too, right? Work on your inner self around this new moon. Okay. All right, let's see some more for you. We got loads to come out here. Let's get another one for Scorpio for this new moon in Pisces, please. Anything want to jump out? Patience, right? That 3 of Wands is about waiting. So, okay, you got 2 again. All right, you have Warrior Woman, and this says, have you answered your deepest calling? And keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. All right, so I wonder if some of you are feel like you're being called to help others. That could be what it is about, whether it's building a community, helping human beings, helping animals, helping the environment, the planet, whatever it is. Because you have keepers of the earth here, I really feel like a lot of you are kind of like, I want to say the phrase, which I'm not very aware of, but it's coming to mind, like an earth angel of some kind. And that is your deepest calling. Anyway, it says, have you answered it? So some of you might not have answered that just yet. So if that is your little inkling feeling here, or your big inkling feeling, that's what you're here to do and to go in that direction, then again, keep going there or go towards it, right? And a little mantra or something to work on during this new moon for Scorpios. Remember, new moons are about new beginnings, which does, of course, represent endings, but this is not a time of surrender. It's a time of renewal. I allow myself to, well, I say surrender. Yeah, it is times to surrender. I don't really mean like releasing and letting go, but sometimes you have to do that in order to make space for the new. So it depends on where you are in your journey. This says, I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and ideas, opening my mind. So you're being called to open your mind, Scorpio, during this new moon cycle. All right. And as this says, I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and my ideas. So again, at the moment, what the only thing I can see right now is the Nine of Swords, which we're going to dive into your tarot cards anyway in just a second. But when our thoughts are just assuming the worst case scenario and we're panicking, we're just thinking, trying to prepare ourselves in case of failure, that kind of stuff, then you might not be able to see the amazing things that can happen. So let's dive into your tarot and actually figure it out together. All right, let's see what is going on for you, Scorpios. We're going to get one card out for the energy of this new moon for you. What is the energy? Oh, this has been coming up a lot in that same position, which is so interesting because the Six of Cups is all about the past. So there is something about this new moon that might be resurfacing the past in some way, whether we're learning lessons about old soulmate connections, that could be friendships, lovers, whatever it may be. It's important, or just any kind of nostalgia that is coming up here is going to be important at this time. You could just be feeling more nostalgic, more emotional with that Six of Cups being there. The word lethargic is coming through as well. And just be aware that because we have opening my mind, usually it's about things you've never done before. So that Six of Cups coming through is things you've already done and processed and been through. I wonder if you're being called to see beyond what you've lived through already. So whether it be through, your relationships, you've only been through crappy people, right? So it's hard to believe there are good people out there. Wow, my goodness. That's something that I want you to open your mind to, whether that be through what you've seen growing up in terms of like finances, whatever it is. It's almost like looking beyond your experience so far, right? It's interesting. But I will clarify this, so I wouldn't worry about it. But let's see what else. For the gorgeous Scorpios, what is the energy of Scorpio around this new moon? That Four of Swords tried to flip out. I don't know if you saw that, which is all about healing and taking a rest, taking a break, which makes sense with that balance here. All right, one card out for the energy of Scorpio during this new moon. Oh, interesting that that's reversed. Queen of Cups, when she's in reverse, can be a lot of feelings. Like I was saying about this, I will clarify it though, because I really want to see what this is representing here. You could be feeling a bit out of touch with yourself, like overly emotional and overly sensitive. It's like, I'm feeling like you are those things anyway, Scorpio. You are a water sign, so that Queen of Cups is you. You are intuitive, maybe even psychic. You're kind of nurturing, you're caring, you have a very big heart, right? You just don't let everybody have access to it, and that's perfectly fine. And that's your normal alignment. But I just feel like this week you're feeling really out of balance, which kind of makes sense that we have balance down here as well, because you're feeling quite out of balance. Again, overly or maybe even the lack thereof, but I just feel like over emotional, overly this and that. But it could be because you're trying to process something. Let's clarify these before we move forward then. Why is the Six of Cups the overall energy of this new moon for Scorpios? What is the Ten of Cups? That's interesting. Some of you could be really focusing on children, family life, stuff like that. You could even be focusing on your kind of what you want out of life. This is a card of emotional fulfillment, and it's not just you. It's long-term emotional fulfillment. It's about happiness within a family. So I wonder if you're reflecting on the past in order to help yourself think bigger for the future. I'm just going to get one more for that. A little hair down here. All right, Six of Cups. The Four of Cups, interesting. A lot of cups, as I was saying, very emotional time. Knight of Cups down here too. So the Four of Cups comes in when we're feeling a bit jaded, bored, a bit closed-minded. Okay, so as I was saying, it does feel like there's something that you can learn about your past that might help you open your mind about the future. Whatever it may be, I don't know yet. We're going to figure it out. But that Four of Cups feels like things are not fulfilling enough for you, right? So whether it's coming outside a comfort zone, I'm not exactly sure just yet, but I do feel like it's almost like this need for focusing on what is fulfilling for you emotionally. But let's see, what is the Queen of Cups doing in reverse for Scorpio's energy during this new moon? Judgment. Well, that is that surrendering. It's a card of forgiveness. It's also a card of just kind of releasing any of your doubts, fears, and worries and allowing the universe to do its thing, right? You can do your part, and that's what the Three of Wands can represent here. And that's why it's about waiting a bit here, because it's like you've done your part. You're just waiting for the universe to follow through. In the meantime, though, there is still some work to do internally. And I wonder if that's to do with that judgment. Now, this is also about a calling, and maybe that's what this is about. Maybe you're avoiding a calling of some kind. feeling alone with your struggles and stresses. This is an awakening card as well, like the angels blowing the trumpet here. So I wonder if that Queen of Cups is reversed because you're trying to focus on your inner world, which would be good because that is, again, your advice. But let's look at what your challenge is then. The Empress, abundant thinking, right? Again, for some of you, I mean, I don't know if there is some struggles here with growing things, whatever that means to you, because the Empress is about that, right? She's usually pregnant, so she's usually very, it's a very fertile card, which not only is also about unconditional love and unconditional understanding and compassion. It's that mothering energy, which is very similar to the Queen of Cups, but it's not, I guess, an emotional card per se. It's an abundant one. It's like I have more than enough, so I can give from my excess. And she trusts in the universe too, so that could again be a challenge. Let's clarify it. Why is the Empress the challenge? I mean, some of you, it could be a mother figure that's a challenge here, but let's see. The Empress. Why is the Empress showing up in a challenge position? Queen of Pentacles, so it could be financial struggles that you're having. Queen of Pentacles, again, is also a very fertile card. It's all about growth. Yeah, I wonder if it's about growing something. Again, as I was saying here, this is very financial. She's very stable. So that's your challenge right now, is maybe you're not feeling very stable or abundant. One more. Why is this a challenge? Definitely something to work towards. You have great cards in your challenge position, which only means there's a little bit of a difficulty in getting there. King of Swords. Maybe it's a really good time to partner up with somebody, speak to some professionals. I always see this as like an accountant or a lawyer or someone who has professional advice. All right. The King of Swords is also about communication, being more direct and maybe even more strategic. So for some of you, it could be a really good time to start building a strategy. Okay, to be more clear and direct and maybe even communicate a little bit more effectively during this new moon, whatever that means. All right, let's dive into what your advice is then from Spirit. The Two of Swords. You're being guided to make a decision, right? And to use your intuition. Why is this here? Why is this the advice? The Five of Swords. Some of you really need to cut out something here where you may feel a bit defeated. Now, justice will be served as in the upright. Okay, so just remember that balance is necessary though. And for some of you, maybe a conflict or an argument or some kind of battle here needs to be let go of. It's almost like pick your battles wisely is what I'm hearing. The Five of Swords is just very, very hurtful kind of situation. So, because the Two of Swords is here, I feel like you're being called to make a decision about this, and most likely it's to cut something out that's just creating conflict in your life, whether that be thinking about the past, whether that be your inner conflict that you're maybe criticizing yourself over or holding too much onto your defeats and not enough on your successes. The Two of Swords is making an intuitive decision, but I'm just going to get one more about that. Why is that Two of Swords the advice with the Five of Swords? The Five of Pentacles and that Sun being here is a really good card to kind of finish out here, because this is a card of success, joy, happiness. Okay, the fives coming through are where there may be some necessary changes. So Five of Pentacles can be sometimes a lack mindset or a victim mentality, and it's fine, we all deal with that at times. Five of Swords says that there has definitely been, by the way, this feels like a definite loss that you feel in your life. You're having to make a decision about maybe going through a loss in order to have a win of some kind, whatever it means to you. Maybe it's just about your choices in general. What are you choosing to say to yourself? What are you choosing? Is it to keep in a lack? Because remember, your challenge is to reach towards an abundance, to find peace, to find love, because something could be making you a bit bitter. Depends on what you've been through here again. All right. And start thinking about what you can have. And that is that 10 of Cups here. So let me know how this resonates with you guys. I do feel like there is going to be a happy ending, but this does feel like quite an intense moon for you guys. So let me know how it resonates with you and how this new moon affects you. But aside from all that, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.